This is the second part of Mashle Magic and Muscles, so make sure to watch the first part. Previously, we saw a world where magic was commonplace. We met Mash, a boy with exceptional physical strength but no magical abilities. After a run-in with the authorities, Mash struck a deal with Officer Brad to attend the Eastern Magic Academy. Mash passed rigorous entrance exams using his immense strength and impressed the academy's headmaster. He then started his classes with a new roommate, Finn, who would soon learn that Mash was far from ordinary. The next day, Mash asks Finn if he can borrow his broom, as he has accidentally mistaken a large stick for the real thing. Finn is shocked, thinking how someone can mistake that stick for a broom. Finn helps Mash by giving him his broom. Then they are seen in the field, where they are taught broom flying. Everyone is trying to pick up the broom from the ground using magic. On the other hand, Mash, who has no magic, fails to lift it. A cheeky side character then mocks Mash, saying he is slowing the class down. So Mash stomps his foot on the ground so hard that it lifts the broom to his hand. The side character finds it suspicious and accuses Mash of cheating and not using magic. Just when things seem to be settling down, the teacher announces a broom race to see who's the fastest. The side character challenges Mash to a race with a peculiar condition. Loser follows the winner until graduation. The race begins, and as soon as the teacher says go, Mash performs a jaw-dropping move as he is already standing at the finish line. Nobody knows what happened except for Finn. The moment the teacher starts the race, Mash throws his broom towards the finish line, leaps after it, and mounts it mid-air, making it appear like he's riding it. The side character's brain goes into buffering mode, and he's still at the starting line when Mash wins the race and sets a new world record. The side character can't help but accuse Mash of cheating again, and this time, Mash feels so sorry for him that he drops the bet. A new student named Cavil steps up and stitches the side character's mouth shut and apologizes on his behalf, revealing that he's the boss of this talkative side character, making him a major side character. Cavil introduces himself but Mash ignores him, which makes Cavil annoyed. He decides to use magic to teach Mash a lesson but gets stopped by the teacher as they are still in class. Before leaving, Cavil tells Mash to meet him after class. When Mash returns to his room, Finn reveals that Cavil is the son of some high-ranking official at the Magic Bureau, so going against him might cause a lot of problems, and could even get him expelled. Cavil even has connections with the vice principal, so everyone is afraid of him. Mash begins to bake cream puffs and forgets about Cavil's appointment. The next day, he discovers his notebook in ruins, and Cavil appears, asking why he didn't show up. Mash nonchalantly responds, "Oh, I was busy with the cream puffs, you know, life's priorities." Cavil is now beyond annoyed. Cavil then mentions that he can help Mash become the divine visionary as he has connections with the vice principal, to which Mash immediately agrees and becomes his lapdog. From then on, Mash starts to follow all his orders. Mash is heading for his next class when he notices that his notebook is again damaged. Finn lends a helping hand, sharing his notebook with Mash. Mash is grateful to have such a great friend, not suspecting a thing. Plot twist alert. It's revealed that Cavil has been ordering Finn to sabotage Mash's books all along. Then, things take a dark turn when Cavil orders Finn to set Mash's clothes on fire, but Finn refuses, showing a bit of spine. This makes Cavil angry and he uses magic on Finn to beat him up. Mash arrives at the scene and sees Cavil beating up Finn, who is crying as he confesses all the bad things he did to Mash under Cavil's order. Mash, furious, approaches Cavil and smashes his face on the ground, knocking him out. Finn tells Mash he might get expelled and Mash realizes that he might be in trouble. The vice principal arrives there and witnesses everything. He then threatens Mash and Finn that they will be expelled and starts badmouthing him as they are of low status. Mash approaches him and lands a knee on his face, shocking everyone. He then digs a hole and slams the vice principal in there. The vice principal warns Mash that he won't get away with this. Mash, displaying a newfound interest in gardening, threatens to bury him alive. Mash is then summoned to the headmaster, who tells him that a notice came from the Magic Bureau to have Mash expelled for his actions. In this world, the Magic Bureau has the highest legal authority. But the headmaster, being a Chad, burns the notice like he doesn't care and says that people like Mash who risk their lives for others are very few, and the elites are abusing their powers to do whatever they want. He believes that the world needs more people like him and even encourages Mash to become a divine visionary. Mash tells him how he wants to become one, and the headmaster tells him how to do it. He keeps it simple and tells him all he has to do is get good grades and get as many coins as he can. He tells Mash that he will handle the bureau and the vice principal, and Mash leaves. The next day, Tom, the duello captain, asks him to play in their dorms match, which is a lot similar to Quidditch in Harry Potter. Mash tells Tom he can't fly a broom, and Tom doesn't really believe him and makes him join the team. During the game, the other team gets the ball, and Mash is stuck on the ground. People think he's not trying, so they start throwing stuff at him as his team is getting dominated. Tom goes up to him and explains what the rules are. He has to throw the ball through the opponent's ring to get points, and he is not allowed to use magic because it's all about using the broom. As Tom is about to return to the game, the enemy captain intentionally bumps into him, making him crash into the ground. Mash checks him out, and it looks like Tom has broken some bones. He asks the enemy captain what kind of sportsmanship he has, but the enemy captain doesn't care. He reveals that he only cares about winning the game. Tom knew that their team was about to lose as they were 50 points behind. But Mash was pissed and decided to step up. Mash grabs his broom and jumps into the air, making people shocked as he keeps himself levitating by rapidly kicking the air. He grabs the ball, and the enemy team starts approaching him. Mash unleashes his superhuman strength and throws the ball, which blows all of them away and gets a point. The crowd is surprised as they see the ball go back to Mash. It's then revealed that Mash's fingers have the physics-defying talent to curve the ball at impossible angles. He then continued to throw the ball, gaining more points. The score eventually reaches the max number of 999, making him the champions. The Academy sees the score as a new record and rewards a silver coin to Mash. Tom hugged him, thanking him for helping them to win. Later, a student named Lance reads a newspaper, where he hears about Mash's success. Lance recognizes Mash from his entrance exam and destroys his photo as he becomes Mash's next victim. In the class, Tom keeps bugging him to practice for their game, while Lemon wants to learn with him. But Mash doesn't want to spend time with him right now. That's when Lance shows up, and Lemon recognizes him as the one who ranked first on the entrance test. Lance wants to have some fun, so he pulls out a magic tool and opens it, which sucks Mash's friends into a tiny bottle. Lance told Mash to meet him in the woods if he wanted them back. He followed him into the woods where Lance revealed he was also collecting coins and showed his 2 silver coins. Mash's friends warned him not to fight Lance as he had double magic lines. Most people only have one magical line on their face, but there are some rare cases where a person has multiple magic lines, which means they have more magical power. Lance challenged Mash to a fight where they would both bet a silver coin. Mash agreed, and Lance took out his magic wand. Mash rushed at him trying to hit him with his fists, but Lance used a gravity spell and pushed him down. Mash tried to get up, but Lance told him that no human could withstand his magic. Mash punches a hole into the ground and pulls out giant roots, tearing the earth apart, making Lance lose his balance. Lance jumps back shocked by Mash's power as Mash dashes towards him. Lance uses his gravity magic to stop him, but this time Mash withstands it and throws a punch at him, which Lance manages to dodge by an inch. In the chaos, Lance drops his necklace, and Mash picks it up, revealing a photo of Lance's sister. Lance spills the beans about his sister complex and demands the necklace back. Lance then asks Mash what is the most important thing in the world. Mash answers cream puffs and Lance tells him that he's wrong and the only right answer is his sister, which makes Mash think he's a pervert. Lance threatens to throw his friends off a cliff. It was then revealed that Lance's sister is suffering from an illness that takes away her magic, and without magic, they will have to kill her because people without magic are not allowed to live in this world. That's why Lance wants to be a divine visionary and save his sister from being taken away by this corrupt system. Lance then drops the bottle and uses his gravity magic to accelerate the fall. He then turns to Mash and is shocked to see him warming up in his workout gear. He then uses his muscle-breathing first form and dashes to the rescue at a high speed to catch the bottle. He disappears in an instant. Lance struggles to find him and by the time he realizes, Mash is already back up with the bottle. He was shocked by Mash's speed and was confused about what type of magic he was using. But Mash doesn't want to fight anymore because he knows Lance isn't a bad guy, especially since the bottle Lance dropped was empty. Mash rushes to him and grabs the real bottle, freeing his friends. Lance, remembering his sister, gives up the fight and gives Mash his silver coin as he leaves. Mash realizes Lance is actually a good man, and his friends hug him and thank him for saving them. If you want to see the next part, let us know in the comments below.